Wow, look at this, it's like Christmas. So, as you can see, I've ordered some parts, air filter, pollen filter, fuel filter, transmission fluid, and automatic transmission filter at PAM. From AutoDoc. I've not used these people before. This is not a plug from. I don't know if the stuff's any good yet, but I'm just saying. I thought I'd try them. They're a few quid cheaper than elsewhere. They ship from Germany though, so just bear in mind it takes a little bit of time to come. Mine took about 7-10 days, something like that. But yeah, anyway, let's go and fit the air filter. I think that's the most crucial thing because it's minging. Okay, we've got the air filter fitted. In a minute I'm going to go and put the cabin filters in. So that's the activated charcoal pollen filter, whatever, that keeps the nasty smells out of the cabin. And the other job I was going to do was removing the EGR and cleaning the EGR valve with the carbon as well. And then the postman delivered this. So it's a recall notice that happens to be for the EGR cooler on this car. And one thing I had noticed, I've not mentioned it in the video so far, is that there is a faint smell of diesel fumes sometimes in the cabin. Only when it's driving, so it's like combusted fumes. And I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it. I thought maybe the cabin filters might help with that. And then when this says one of the symptoms of the EGR cooler needing alteration, replacement, or whatever BMW are going to do to it, is faint smell of fumes in the cabin. So I thought, hey, brilliant, it's booked in tomorrow, let's get that changed, and I'll do the cabin filter now. Okay, just back from BMW on the EGR cooler recall. No further action. So they've had a good look at it, don't fancy doing anything to it, say it's fine. Okay, great. So the faint smell of fumes that I sometimes get at low revs, I'm just a bit curious as to what that is. I've noticed other people on forums have changed the pollen filters and not got much of a result from doing any of that. I'm going to do mine because they need doing anyway. Making a weird noise. But I'm just having a little investigation, and I'm curious now to just have a quick look at the crankcase breather that's quite old and grimy on the outside. So looking for any cracks, any damage to it. I'll just show you what I'm looking at now. Okay, loads of green ticks from BMW when they did my checks. I'll just remove this little bit of the intake. So the piece that joins here down to here, just so you can get access. This is the crankcase breather as it comes off the manifold, as I can understand it. Can you get this strange noise just while I'm doing this? Don't know what that is really, coming over from the throttle body sort of side. Anyway, let's ignore that for now. So I'm just going to have a quick look at this side of things here. Take this off, have a little look, see if we can see any blockages, and that might be causing fumes. It wouldn't really be diesel fumes, it'd be sort of gunky oil fumes then, which could be mistaken for that in the cabin, I guess. So let's have a look. Okay, so this piece of pipe connects to the breather, which I've taken the top off. This is the diaphragm, which sits this way up in the top of the breather there. Everything appears to be clear. You can see it's just a little bit oily, like it should be. This tube here doesn't appear to have any problems unless it's got a very slight crack. I'll give it a little clean. I'm going to grab the bore scope and just stick it in here, see if we can see any problems or anything, just because I'm nosy really. And where you can see just down here, that tube just there is the one where the breather returns to, and that's your intake there. Let's have a look with the bore scope, just see if it looks all good, and then we'll just reassemble, give it a clean and put it back. Okay, reassembled all that. Doesn't really seem to be anything wrong that I can see with any of those parts. I'm going to start the engine up now and just have a little look down around the exhaust manifold, see if we can see anything. Have a little look down on this side as well, just see if we can see any telltale signs or sniffs of any exhaust gases coming out of anywhere. And that'll do for now. Can't really see anything that's leaking. Just want to point out one thing. Let's decide to have a quick look at the EGR just while I'm here. If you lift the cover up like I just have there, you can operate the EGR by pushing this little lever. So if you listen to the engine as I open the EGR valve, you hear what it does. That noise disappearing is the airflow. You can hear the air rushing into that inlet there. Obviously whenever your EGR decides to open, it really shuts down the airflow and obviously reduces power and potentially knocks emissions as well. Okay, we're down in the passenger footwell and we're doing the pollen filters. Not the most exciting of things, but with a faint exhausty smell sometimes coming in, don't know if that's going to help, but it's on the service list. Pollen filters need doing. Let's get them done. This is my cabin filter that I've got. Seems to be the right thing. I've actually had this panel underneath the glove box out before. It's dead easy, a couple of screws, pull straight out. There's a cartridge that pulls out from there, I believe, and then there are two activated carbon filters that just slide right in. Should be a 10-minute job. You'll need a Torx bit, and off we go. This looks like a little speaker, maybe for the police radio or something like that. It's just cable tied on with a loose wire hanging from it. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, not part of what we're interested in. Maybe I'll just get rid of it though. Right, let's bring you down so you can have a look. Okay, so in the footwell here, this here is where your cabin filters live. Now I haven't done anything other than just point the camera at it, and I've noticed that can you see that the unit isn't really very well fitted? It feels to me like there really ought to be a screw or two on the back side over here. So I don't know if that's can't possibly be a good thing, is what I'm thinking. So let's get this off and just see whether it's perhaps missing a couple of screws or something. I don't know how well you can see, there might be a bit of a glare. This is the underside, and I believe these are our filters, and they should just pull out now. We can just shove new ones back in and away we go. So that's what my thoughts on the matter are anyway. Okay, so airflow direction for the new ones needs to be towards you, as if you're sat in the seat, towards the interior. So it'll tell you on the side of, I don't know if you can see there, is it focusing? There's a little arrow that tells you which way. So this way is the correct way. Now I just need to sort of try and shove this in the hole. Right, that's it really. job done. I haven't even removed this. There's a little rubber connecting hose, I don't know if you can quite see, connecting to this little thing here, which seals it up. Now I'm going to go and find myself a screw to attach to this position here, because I don't like how it was kind of loose. Right, I can confirm I did it wrong. I didn't realise. There's 4 tabs here, locators in the back. So I don't know if you can quite see on the video, there are little holes here which receive said tabs. So although it wasn't fitted like this before, so whoever did this did a crap job before, those locators go in and this should just hook up real nicely. Now, oh, there we go, that's not quite in all the way. So there we go, let's put this back on here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Job's a good one. My 3 screws should be like a dream now. There we go, rock solid. Let's hope that does a better job. I don't know what's in this plastic bag, but I'm just going to tuck it out of the way, something electrical. There we go. Oop. So there's a little lip just on the side of this, and you need it to hook inside the carpety bit of your centre console. So once you've hooked that in, then it looks like everything should start to push into place nicely. It's a little locator which just pushes into a little hole. Job done. Job done. So in terms of filters, when we did the engine oil, we did the oil filter, we just did the air filter, and then just now we just did the cabin filter. Only filter left to be done, which I won't do today, is just the fuel filter. I don't think there's any problem with the fuel filter, but it's just one of those things that you shouldn't ignore, because people often ignore them, and you can often find that many years have escaped without a fuel filter being changed. So you don't want a gummy oil, not oil, but diesel's quite oily. You don't want it all gummed up and restricting fuel flow. So that'll be coming up at some point once I get the car up on axle stands. Probably the same time when I do the gearbox oil, because that'll be an all-day job to get done right anyway. Okay, that'll do for now. Just gonna have a cup of tea.